Hey guys, my story today is going to be based on the readings in the public service sector and kind of like what the adversities women have to face when working in a male dominated workplace. And so the story is actually based on my friend who worked for a major not for profit post college as a community outreach director, which ultimately meant that she was in charge of fundraising and event planning for the organization. Being a gregarious and very social person, she was extremely good at what she did and she caught on really fast. And so she was extremely successful at what she did and really, really good at it. And so after 4 years of being in the organization, she now received a pay increase. She never received a bonus, cost of living, anything, even though she was extremely productive and she showed a very promising future, especially because she had increased the funds that were being raised 50% in the 4 years that she had been there. And so she was extremely productive and very valued in the nonprofit actual sector. And so when the senior community director position opened up, which would have naturally been a promotion for her, she applied for it and honestly thought that because she had been loyal to the organization, because her numbers were amazing and she was so productive that she would have naturally been the person selected for the position. And so she applied and she got interviewed, and they would let her know as soon as they would get they make the decision. And so she took a small, vacation for a month. And when she came back, they let her know that she was not chosen for the position. In fact, her male counterpart, had been chosen for the position. And he was a temporary part-time business development analyst for the organization, and he really had no actual background in fundraising, in event planning, in the actual nonprofit sector, let alone any of the other experience that she had. And so it was extremely puzzling to her that she didn't get the position and he did, knowing her background and his. And so also, not only did they let her know that she didn't get the position, but they also told her that she would be responsible for an event that was supposed to be under him, but because he didn't have the experience, he was incapable of doing it. And so what he had 4 weeks to do, she basically had to do it in 4 days. And so she came up with an event, and luckily, because she had the experience and she was really good at what she did, she was able to do it. And so the event was extremely successful, beautiful. They raised a lot of funds, and everyone knew that the outcome was amazing, and even the director noted it and thanked her for it. And so that same day, she had an epiphany. She realized that even though she was great at what she did and that she knew she was a valuable asset to the organization, that there was no room for growth, that she was not, there was no, she basically, there was nowhere else to go. And so she basically chose herself, and she chose to, give her 4 weeks notice to the organization, even though it hurt her to leave. And they were very saddened, but they understood. And because she was so good at what she did, everyone in the nonprofit sector really knew who she was, and they knew what a valuable asset she would have been to any organization. And so immediately after she left that organization, she was recruited by another major not-for-profit, and she basically got she got the $25,000 pay increase, and she got the prestigious title that she always wanted. And so even though she overcame a lot of adversities, I think she came out winning at the end of the day, regardless of what she had to go through. And so I think the story was extremely relatable to women now working in the public sector, in the private sector, and all the adversities that they have to overcome, especially when they're dealing with promotions or when they're dealing with a male counterpart. And so in the readings, I thought it was interesting that male and females holding the same positions, being a woman, you usually get paid less than males do, and you get, you have less responsibility of a smaller number of subordinates, and less people to manage, because there's that negative stigma that women can't do what men do, because it's primarily been a male dominated you know kind of world. And so I really hope that there that we overcome all this adversities, and there is an equal opportunity for women in the public workforce. So that's my story. I hope you guys enjoyed it, and I would love to hear your feedback. Thanks for listening.